If you've been searching for ways to keep your family safe online, you've probably seen Aura and Qustodio show up more than once. They are two of the most recommended parental control apps for managing screen time, tracking your child's location, and blocking inappropriate content. At first glance, they might look pretty similar, but after spending real time testing both, it became clear that they take very different approaches. From how they're set up to the levels of customization they offer, there are several factors that might make one a better fit depending on your needs. Before we dive in, here's a quick note. I don't have kids myself, so I've never needed a parental control app in my own home. But my parents recently started using these tools with my little sister. That's what got me interested in trying them out. Seeing the day-to-day challenges, from managing school day screen time to keeping her away from late-night YouTube spirals, gave me a totally new perspective. So this review is a mix of my hand-on testing and my parents' real-world experience using both apps with her. So today we're putting Aura and Qustodio head to head. I'll walk you through their features, setup processes, pricing, and a few pros and cons that stood out along the way. If you're trying to figure out which parental control app is the right fit for your household, this breakdown should make your decision a whole lot easier. Now let's get started. Alright, before diving into setup and features, let's take a quick look at what each of these apps do and what sort of protection they offer. Aura, for starters, isn't just a parental control app. It's more of an all-in-one digital safety suite. They actually offer a mix of tools like identity theft protections, antivirus, a VPN, and a password manager. The parental control are just one part of the package, but they're pretty solid on their own. Now, Aura uses AI to power its filtering system, supporting features like screen time limit, content blocking, internet pause, and various monitoring tools, which we'll dig a little deeper on later in this video. So it's designed for families who have full household protection in mind. Qustodio, on the other hand, is a lot more targeted. It's a dedicated parental control and digital well-being platform used by over 7 million families around the world. So unlike Aura, Qustodio doesn't include any tools for identity protection or device securities because it's built specifically to help parents manage and monitor their kids' online activity. That includes screen time tracking, website filtering, app usage monitoring, and even location tracking with geofencing. Plus, it works across nearly every platform: Windows, Mac, Android, iOS, Kindle, and Chromebook, which makes it really convenient if your family uses a mix of devices. Okay, so between Aura and Qustodio, there are plenty of useful tools to be had. But let's see how they actually work. Now with Aura, the setup process is pretty smooth. You just download their app in both yours and your kids' devices, and from there, Aura just walks you through each step. It's all guided so you're not left guessing how to connect things or which settings to toggle on. And once everything is linked, the dashboard is clean and easy to navigate. You can pause the internet, set daily screen time limits, or block specific websites and apps without having to dig through complicated menus. There's also a set of preset filters based on your child's age, which saves time during the setup. So I didn't have to manually build everything from scratch. Just gave me a solid starting point and let me tweak any details from there. Qustodio, meanwhile, feels just as straightforward in terms of setup, but a little more flexible as far as platform. You start by creating your account, then installing the app on your child's device. Then the setup wizard walks you through permissions and linking devices. So it doesn't take long to get everything connected. Now, what stood out to me with Qustodio was how accessible the dashboard felt. Whether you're using your mobile app or logging through a browser, everything's clearly laid out. So you can view activity, set screen time limit, create schedules, and block apps all from the same place. The real-time activity feed is also super helpful. My parents could see what apps or website Alice was using at any moment without constantly having to refresh everything. So both systems are pretty easy to use. But overall, I'd say Aura feels a little more streamlined straight out of the box, specifically for those age-based presets and the clean interface. Though Qustodio gives you a bit more visibility and flexibility, specifically if you're managing a household with a bunch of different devices. Now, since Aura and Qustodio are each geared towards slightly different coverage needs, their plans and pricings are a little different between these two. If you look at Aura, they have a few different pricing options depending how much you're looking for. If you want just the parental controls, their kids plan come in at $10 a month billed annually and includes screen time limits, content filtering, their pause internet feature, and safe gaming alert. And this plan will actually support unlimited kids and devices, so you're not stuck counting slots if you have more than one child to cover. But if you want more robust all-around protection, then their individual plan goes for $12 a month and adds things like identity theft protections, VPN, antivirus, and a password manager. And if you want to cover both yourself and your partner as well, then their couples plan is available for $22 a month. And lastly, for larger households, there's the family plan at $32 a month, which includes everything from both the kids and couples plan, plus spam call protection, credit monitoring, and up to $5 million in identity theft insurance. They even offer a 60-day money-back guarantee on annual plans, which is a nice backup if you end up changing your mind. Now, Qustodio in comparison actually has a free plan available that covers just one device and gives you basics like screen time limits, web filtering, and daily reports. So it's actually a nice option to play around with and see how features work without committing to any subscription upfront. Just like I did. When you need more coverage, Qustodio's basic plan costs around $55 a year and covers up to 5 devices. It includes core features like app blocking, screen time control, and location tracking. Then for larger families who may need extra tools, the complete plan comes at just under $100 a year and supports unlimited devices while adding features like AI-powered alerts, YouTube and social media monitoring, call plus SMS tracking on Android, and safe places alert. So, cost-wise, I'd say Qustodio is a more budget-friendly option, but considering the extras that come with Aura, can end up being a better deal if you actually use features like the VPN or antivirus, since you don't have to get separate subscriptions for those additional services. And if you want to try Aura or Qustodio for your household, then you can check them out by using the affiliate links down the description below, where we've got special deals that you won't find if you go directly to their websites. Alright, so like I mentioned, I've gotten to try both Qustodio and Aura to see which one would be suited for my parents to try it out. So after a little while using both, I've gotten a pretty good sense of what really sets these two apart and what you should keep in mind if you're looking to sign up with one or the other. First with Aura, one thing I really liked was how well it handles app-specific control. You're not just blocking broad categories, you can manage individual apps, set time limits per app, and even get notified when a new app is installed. That level of detail is really helpful if your kid tends to jump between games and social media platforms. Another thing I liked is how flexible the screen time settings are. You can create separate schedules for weekdays and weekends, which sounds small but makes a real difference when trying to balance school routines and free time. And there's also a web usage breakdown that shows which types of sites your kids is visiting the most, like news, gaming, or social media. So it's crystal clear and easier to talk to them about their habits without having to guess. Now, while Aura covers the core features well, it does fall short on the location side of things. There's no GPS tracking or geofencing, which can be a drawback if you're big on being updated on your child's whereabouts throughout the day. One feature that I did find pretty cool though was the safe gaming alert. So if your kids are playing PC games, Aura monitors chat activity and sends weekly reports if it detects any risk. And while it only works in Windows, it's still a nice bonus that most other apps don't include. Qustodio, meanwhile, really stands out when it comes to in-depth monitoring. It gives you full visibility into your child's online activity, everything from screen time and website visited to app usage, and even YouTube video history. And unlike Aura, Qustodio also includes GPS tracking and geofencing. You can even set up alerts when your child enters and leaves specific locations. Plus, Qustodio includes SOS features that shares your child's live location notification if they trigger it, which can be very useful and can give you some peace of mind if you want to add a layer of real-world safety. Now, one thing to note here is that some filters are always on by default, and you can temporarily disable them without going into the settings, which isn't ideal if you just want to pause something quickly. That said, one area where Qustodio really shines is communication monitoring. On Android, it can track calls and SMS activities, and with some extra setup, you can even get that info on iOS through a connected PC. So, to wrap things up, Aura and Qustodio are both really solid options when it comes to managing kids' online activities. If you're after an all-in-one solution that covers both your family's digital habits and your own online safety, then Aura is a great choice. The parental controls are solid, and when you factor in the built-in VPNs, antivirus, and identity protection, it provides a lot of value. But if your main goal is to manage your child's screen time and online activity with more precision, Qustodio would be the way to go. It's built entirely around parental control and extra tools like location tracking, call monitoring, and detailed usage reports make it specifically useful for families who want more visibility day to day. So the best options between these two really just come down to which features you prioritize. And that is all for this video. I hope you find it helpful. And if you did, then please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more like this. As a reminder, if you want to get started with any of Aura or Qustodio plans I've covered here today, then you can check them out by using the affiliate link in the description below, where we can have some special deals that you wouldn't find if you go directly through the website. Also, if you're interested in working with us or sponsoring a future video, just reach out using the email in the description below. Now, as always, I enjoy hearing your thoughts. So go ahead and leave any questions or comments down below, and I'll try to get back to them as fast as I can. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.